And joining us live now to discuss is NBC News military analyst, retired four-star Army General Barry McCaffrey. Thanks for joining us, General.
Good to be with you, Joyce.
First, your reaction to the Biden administration's decision on these long-range missile strikes into Russia with U.S. weapons and how that changes the dynamics of this conflict.
Well, I think it was a smart move. They're giving an advantage to Ukraine that might help in the negotiation process after the Trump administration takes office. They're responding to a massive and probably increasing presence of North Korean troops in Russia who are now taking part in an attack. There's 10,000 so far. The speculation is there'll be more than 100,000 North Koreans. And then, of course, the Iranians have provided a massive number of airborne missiles and unmanned aerial vehicles to attack Ukrainian civilian targets. So it's a desperate situation. The Russians are desperate. They've had 700,000 potential killed and wounded so far in the war. But at the end of the day, Joyce, it's too little, too late. It's a political gesture. It won't make a significant change on the battlefield.
And what do you think the likely targets would be with these missiles on the part of Ukraine?
Well, earlier it was reported by some pretty knowledgeable sources that the Pentagon insisted on approving each target. So that will drastically change the decision calculus to the Ukrainians. The obvious first attempt is to get all those sites that are firing missiles at Ukraine's civilian electrical infrastructure, the water, people. They're using DPICM, individual submunitions, against marketplaces and hospitals. So that's a probable first target, is to try and reduce the massive suffering of Ukrainian civilians.
I want to switch gears now and talk about the president-elect's transition plans. As you know, Trump said today that he plans to use the military for mass deportation for his plan to stop illegal immigrants from staying here. How would that work, and what's your reaction to that?
Well, look, we deserve to have a secure border. The rule of law should apply at the border. We need congressional legislation to make sensible ways to do that. Now, having said that, we will never deport 10 million. Trump guys are saying 25 million. Well, that'll never happen. And what should not happen is to have the U.S. Armed Forces participating in domestic law enforcement. Seizing people that have criminal histories is entirely legitimate, and either prosecuting them or sending them back where they came from. But that should be the criminal justice system and law enforcement. Look, these people are coming into office with some bizarre cabinet picks, particularly in the area of national security. It's hard to understand what's going on. They're talking about purging the 3- and 4-star flag officers of the armed forces to ensure loyalty. They're talking about court-martialing people for the Afghan withdrawal who are following civilian orders of the Trump administration, dropping them down to 2,500 troops. It's a chaos already emerging from the incoming Trump team.
I want to talk a little bit about that reportedly list that they're compiling of not just current but former military officers involved in the withdrawal from Afghanistan. And then this possible court-martial. Can he do that? How would that work? I mean, would he be calling retired generals back, and then that would put them in a position to be court-martialed?
Well, look, he did that in the first term. He said he wanted to, call back to active duty General McChrystal and Admiral McCraven, two of our finest, patriot military leaders that, to a large extent, protected us following 9/11. I think it's all nonsense. I don't think President-elect Trump has any idea that the Uniform Code of Military Justice is a federal law passed by Congress. It has a court system, defense attorneys, prosecutors, juries. There's a military court of appeals, civilian jurists in Washington, D.C. I think he thinks he's got the authority to do Stalinist show trials and order people convicted and punished. They actually threatened to execute General Mark Milley, the chairman of the JCS. So find hard to even find words to explain how ridiculous and dangerous this is. Plus, it's never going to happen, in my view.
General Barry McCaffrey, it's always so great to have your analysis. Thanks for your time tonight. We appreciate it.
Good to be with you.